Hello friends, I hope all of you are doing great. Today I have 11 by 14 canvas and I'm going to do a pearl pour, and the colors that I'm using are Liquitex turquoise, and then I have this one, the Liquitex. I have mixed 1 part paint to 2 parts Floetrol, and this is the consistency. So it is a little bit over 2 parts of Floetrol, and this one is Liquitex Phthalo Blue, and this is heavy body, and I've used 1 part paint to 8 parts Floetrol because it is highly pigmented. This one is black, 1 part paint to 2 parts Floetrol, and this one is Cad Red, which is 1 part paint to 6 parts Floetrol. I've listed all the colors in the description below and also their mixing consistencies. This is also heavy body, cadmium red, and these two are the Deco Art 24 karat gold extreme sheen and berry. And I have a little bit of leftover copper that I don't know the consistency, but it's just a little bit, tiny bit. I'll just add it in. So I'm laying the 24 karat gold on the canvas, and instead of a puddle or just laying it, I'm spreading it out so that it does not get lost when I tilt the paint. And this is inspired from Julie Cuts from Pouring Your Heart Out, and I'm laying the metallic too because I wanted the metallic berry and the 24 karat gold pearls. I'm trying those. I'm hoping to get those, and this is mixed 1 part paint to 1 part Floetrol, and none of the paints have water added to them. So I will just keep this canvas aside and let the paint settle, and I'm going to layer my cup. Black, turquoise, phthalo blue, and the leftover copper. It was just tiny bit, so I just added it in. Cadmium red, medium hue. So I know these colors are very like vibrant, I can say, and they might not go together, but I just wanted to experiment with these, and I'm just layering it twice. Again, it's the black, the turquoise, phthalo blue, and I'm going to just have 2 layers. At the end, just adding more black and going to pour it. It's going to be a straight pour. And at this point, though I mixed all the colors and everything, but still it's going to be a very odd combination of colors, and I'm just trying to see what comes up. So at this point in time, I started realizing that something have gone wrong, because the phthalo blue, it was just sinking in, and in the center I was getting all the mud with black and phthalo blue all mixed together. It was like there was no distinction, and even my turquoise was lost. And I went back and checked, and that was the mistake that I made. You know, just mixing the colors, I did not realize, but the phthalo blue was transparent, and it just sank in. And I started to just try to save the pour, started adding white in the center, though I know it was not a wise decision, but instead of scraping just the whole paint and lot of colors, I wasn't feeling good. It was definitely a sad feeling, and I started adding the colors on in the center so that something might come up. And I just added a little bit of more gold in a lot of circles because I knew this is almost like I have to scrape it. It's a bad pour, but just that it's a lot of colors and a lot of effort in mixing the colors, I just thought, why not go ahead and see what comes up. And I layered more of gold on top of it. The phthalo blue, that was the main problem. It just sank in, and since it is transparent, the other colors, turquoise and the black, they started showing up. They started mixing like in a very bad manner, and at this point I had no other choice. So I started tilting the canvas, knowing that it's not good, but still whatever happened. And it's a lesson learned that before mixing the colors, always double check that you don't have transparent colors in. Even my cadmium red is translucent. I just wanted to have different colors mixed together, like a combination which I haven't tried before, and I ended up with all this mess. And I wanted to get the pearls, and I'm looking for the pearls to check even if I get the pearls. And another thing I learned is that even if I have to do the pearl pour, still I need to keep the consistency of the colors, the paints that I'm going to do the pour with, to be thicker on the top. I need not to go thinner. And I did get the pearls actually. If you see on the corners, I got beautiful pearls, and I was happy with at least that experimentation, that at least the pearls came up. And if you see the corner of the canvas, it's all mudded down because even the cad red, because it is translucent, it got mixed up with all the black. The pearls are there, and I got the pearls, gold pearls and berry pearls that I wanted, and in that way it was a success, but in terms of the pour it was not. And I let the canvas dry and see how it turns up after drying. This way it was not looking good, and I let it dry for 2 days. And here is my dried up canvas. It's not looking that bad, and when I looked at the pour, I immediately saw that this definitely looks like the water scene with lot of bubbles, and the pour, the extreme sheen colors, the metallic, the gold, berry, they seemed like bubbles, and pearls in ocean. And the fish, I think it's called the koi fish, which is like orangish and gold in color, and I started tracing that. So I'm just doing the outline with the same cadmium red medium hue. I started giving an outline of a fish, and I wanted to turn this canvas into something meaningful, this pour and painting into something meaningful, and not lose all my, waste all my colors. So giving it a shape of a fish, and after giving an outline, I started filling the colors in. This I have mixed the same cad red color with white, and just making a fish and see if I could save this pour and if the outcome comes up to be more than what I expected from the pour. So definitely, if the pour doesn't come out right, and if you see something, then you can definitely enhance, embellish it. In this case, I did not like the pour, but I liked the pearls that came up. I liked the movement that represented the moving water, and the best option for me right now was to just add a fish, a moving fish, so that it goes along with the pour, with all the movement of the water and the bubbles. And I did a lot of glazing while painting the fish. Glazing was more of like taking a color and having lot of like considerable amount of water so that it's pretty fluid, and when I lay on top of the other colors, the different colors underneath, they show up. And it gives a depth to the painting. And at the same time, I wanted to save the color. I wanted to save the areas in the pour that I really liked. So those ones I did not touch. And luckily the water, the white color, it is giving an effect of a moving water. And the colors are that I'm using to paint on the fish: cadmium yellow, and then mix that with little bit of white to make it lighter, cadmium orange that I used in the pour, the cadmium red that I used in the pour, and white to give it a lighter shade of orange, and gold that I used in the pour. So at this point I'm just enhancing and giving it a shape, and I am liking it now. I'm pretty feeling satisfied just with the addition of that fish painting. The pour is looking so much better, and in fact from the disastrous pour we can always look for an opportunity, and I saw that opportunity over here, and to be honest, this is the best painting in the pouring stuff that I've done so far. The other paintings were just either like acrylic paint straight or the textured paints, but this one is a paint over a pour, and it has definitely a different feel to it, which I'm liking it. And I have made also the outlined few of the pores. If you see in the middle and on this side, I outlined those with white to give it a shape of a bubble. And now I'm loving this. So there are so many lessons that we can learn. We can first of all look for the consistency of the colors. They should not, consistency and also the type of colors, they should not be transparent. Just to add a little bit of titanium white to make them opaque and not transparent. So we don't want them to sink and mix with other colors. Keep the consistency thick even for the pearl pours, so that the top layer is not too fluid. And also, if we mess up with the pour and we don't want to waste our colors or scrape the pour off, then we can let it dry and embellish it. And if we don't like the embellishment, then definitely we can repour on the canvas. And I'll show you all the pictures from the top, and I'm really loving it. It's a lot of movement in this painting and I'm in love with it. I liked it. And please leave me your comments on how do you like the saving of this pour, and if you like the contents of the channel, then please do consider subscribing to the channel. And I would love your support and I would love your feedback, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Take care. Bye.